Today's episode of The Mom Game is presented by our friends at Gateway GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new GMCs and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaygmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaygmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade.
And I am going to tell you now about our friends over at Golden Chick, because we obviously love Golden Chick here on the Mom Game, and we love them for a lot of reasons. One of those is because they know that it is important to give back to the community. And right now they have a really cool initiative going on. They are targeting individual schools near the Golden Chick restaurants. They're supporting over 230 schools within the system-wide Give Back initiative. They are giving 50 cents from every order off their new churro menu back to these schools. And this is going on now through December 29th. So if you haven't yet, go find the nearest Golden Chick to you. Order some churros, and 50 cents of that order is going to go back to a local school that is near you as well. They also are featuring new lemon pepper wings to accompany their spicy menu mainstay, those delicious Wicked wings. Oh, I sure love those. The zesty lemon pepper seasoning will coat hand-breaded crispy wings, making for the perfect bite. Something for everybody at Golden Chick. If you head over to Golden Chick, make sure you take a picture, tag us so we can share it with the world. The Golden Chick deliciousness.
Yay, Golden Chick. And we're going to have some Golden Chick when we go to the state fair. Do they have stuff?
Yeah, they have a booth set up there.
That's why I thought so. Okay. That's one of our...
We need to not eat for like 2 days before we go to the fair.
Seriously, next week. Okay, I forgot. Welcome into the Coppola Studios. The Coppola Studios. Look at our beautiful new signage.
It's so beautiful.
This is episode 239 of the Mom Game. Episode 2 in our kick-ass place.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. I get so excited. Like, everything's so pretty and nice and set up. And the only thing we're missing is on your wall, we have one more Mom Game neon sign that's coming in. But other than that, everything
is like Mumbai or
in Mumbai, yeah,
Bangladesh.
Yes, somewhere. Yeah, somewhere far away.
Eurasia. I'm just making stuff up. That's not even a thing.
What is Eurasia?
I combined Europe and Asia. It's just making stuff up.
Eurasia. Uranus.
Uranus. It's not in my anus.
Shout out to Craig Rosengarten.
Uranus.
Shout out to Craig Rosengarten. I do listen. It's so random. Like, Craig Rosengarten is a trip. We need to have Craig Rosengarten on this show.
We should. Let's do it. He's funny.
Oh, God. He's
unintentionally funny.
He's a trip. Okay. Super sidetracked with the Craig Rosengarten Uranus reference, but whatever. That's kind of what we do here in the Mom Game.
Our sign is stuck in Uranus. It'll be here soon.
Eurasia. Okay. Anyway, we got to move on because you know what? We have visitors.
We do.
And we're going to be on TV.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're so dressed up.
I know. Seriously. But we're like, what's wrong with Emily? She's got on real clothes and makeup and stuff.
You look nice.
Thank you. You look beautiful
in
your little black dress. Okay. Well, should we
have
them come in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, welcome back to the 10 with a combined 35 years of broadcasting experience. Julie Dobbs, Emily Jones, host the weekly podcast, The Mom Game, and we're here in their studios.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being our first duo 10 friends.
Oh, well, thanks for having us. And we're in your house now. Our studios are in the Fox 4 building, and we're thrilled to be here.
Yeah, okay, you bring up a great point, because I don't know if many of our viewers know, even maybe staff as well, that Fox 4 actually has podcasting studios So we're sort of tucked away a little bit far from the studio that we would normally be broadcasting in to join you guys today.
But the commute was great. So we're glad to be there. Super easy.
Hey,
Right?
anytime you want to pop in.
Right. So a lot of folks obviously know you guys from your broadcast careers. Tell to me about the transition from that into this really passion project for you both.
Well, I'll let Julie take that one because she actually roped me into this, and I almost 5 years
There's
ago.
always a ringleader.
Yeah, and I didn't want to add another thing to my plate, but she's so nice,
She
and I
says
want her.
this. This is just her shtick.
It is. So she wrote me into it, and almost 5 years later, here we are. Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah, like you said, we'd been broadcasters for a long time. I did TV and then radio at the Ticket.
Yeah.
And while I was at the Ticket, I just kind of felt the need for something similar to what they were doing, but that was female fronted.
Mm-hmm.
And where we were allowed to talk about being moms and also talk about sports.
Yeah.
Because, their mainstream listeners, et cetera, don't always want to hear our little anecdotes about our kids. But that's a huge part of our lives.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the mom game, I guess, was created. And when I thought about it, there was really only one person that I wanted to do it with, and that was Emily, because it had to be somebody that worked in sports, that had kids, and that was funny. And Emily is funny as heck. And and we knew each other back from Fox Sports Southwest. So I approached her with the idea. Luckily, she said yes, and here we are 5 years later.
Okay, so you said you met at Fox Sports Southwest. How was that initial interaction? When did you guys really become close?
So honestly, we weren't that close. Julie was an intern, and
Yeah.
I was working at Fox Sports Southwest. And then we kind of stayed in touch throughout the years, but really weren't that close. Now, there's not a day goes by that we don't talk to each other, and it really has turned into a beautiful friendship that we've developed and built over the years.
Yeah.
Speaking of talking to people, you guys have some great guests on this show. I mean, there are some really big names that come to spend time with you guys.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think we were excited about with this podcast is because over the years in broadcasting, we did develop a lot of really great relationships. So why not lean into those relationships that we built personally, because we thought it was important to get to know people and to get to know athletes, to get to know executives with these teams. And now that we have our own show, it's like, okay, let's go down our own Rolodex and let's bring in our friends. And it's been great. Emily, especially, obviously, with being with the Rangers for so long, bringing in the guests that she's been able to bring in. And then I spent a lot of time with the Stars, too. So it's just been fun, and we really don't get too many no's when we ask people to come on. Thankfully,
right.
That's
Dirk,
credit to you guys.
Well, I will say Dirk was like our first show. We put that as our holy grail. And I think it was literally 2 years of me DMing him back and forth, begging. And then finally he succumbed and came on the show. And then Julie's favorite has to be Pat Green, because she was obsessed with Pat Green through her high school and college years. And Pat is a friend of mine and a fellow Red Raider. And he came on the show, and we all sang together, and
we sang. He
awesome.
painted me a picture of like flying martinis or something. I was like, this is amazing. I don't know what this means, but I love it, and I'm putting it on my wall.
That's right. Well, and you guys have had Mike Modano, Tyler Sagan, Adrian Beltre, but you've had some non-sports guests too.
Yeah, we have.
We have a lot. We want to add value to our viewers and our listeners. So if it's something that we think is important or something that's relevant to our lives, it's most likely relevant to our listeners and our audience lives as well. And so we try to to bring value, not just entertainment, but also bring value in that way.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think are some of the topics that people want to hear most about, like in a parenting standpoint? I mean, I think that there are so many ways that parents just instinctively kind of connect with one another, but you're obviously filling a void here. What is that thing?
So I think what kind of might set us apart a little bit is just the fact that we are very real, and we kind of lean into the messy part of life
Sure.
instead of hiding it. And it's funny because in all of our social posts, like we'll post something with a huge name guest, like you said, and that'll do well. But if it's me crying about something or Emily telling a crazy story about her kids or something like that the engagement goes crazy because that's what people can really relate to.
And I feel like kids sports is a huge player, especially with the ages that our kids are at. Like we talked about it the other day about like, can we normalize kids striking out, throwing interceptions?
Yes, please.
I feel like everything, like I posted a picture of me hugging my son after he got his teeth kicked in a football game. And I was like,
Not
he
literally, he still has his
he
teeth.
still has his teeth. But you know, he got picked, he got sacked, they lost, they got boat raced by a better team, but it's okay. I'm going to always be there to give him a hug. And I feel like that resonated so much with people. I got more comments on that because I was saying, he failed. Hey, it's going to happen. It's sports. And so
don't you think as former broadcasters, because I know that we deal with this a lot, like people are used to seeing you buttoned up, be it on the sidelines or at an anchor desk, and you look like you never get a haircut or get a pimple or have a sick day or whatnot. And then you get to be like so oddly human in a similar format. I think people respond to really well.
Yeah, I think they do. And I think that's just kind of the way the world's going in a way, like with content. And that's why people love Instagram. And that's why people are obsessed with watching some random person go through the, minutia of their day, even if it's not that exciting. For some reason, we like that stuff. These people on TikTok that like put on makeup and talk about what's happening before they get ready for work or school. Everybody's watching that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I think people just resonate with the real side of things. And that, like I said, is kind of just what we want to lean into here on the show.
Well, I can see why you guys both have caught on so much. Thanks for being our 10 friends today, but don't go too far.
Yeah, we're coming to your studio.
We're doing a little trivia. Yep. Is that it? In a couple of minutes?
I have
we're
the
looking forward to that.
questions and answers right here. They will not be revealed.
Perfect. All right. So reverse commute for you guys in just a minute. But for everybody else, coming up next on the 10, we've got a Clydesdale named Rosie with dreams of becoming a rodeo star. Western influencer Paige Murray joins us next to talk about her debut children's book. It's Rosie's Wild Ride next on the 10.
Well, that was fun, Julie.
That was
the
fun.
mom game on television.
Kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I'm proud of us.
I'm surprised they let us on TV.
I'm surprised they did too. What we should do to celebrate? We should crack open
now
some
that we're not on TV
Sophia.
anymore.
I know.
Are you saying we can cuss and drink again?
Exactly. You almost slipped too.
I said you were funny as heck.
Yeah, bless it. Let's pop open some. Did you tap?
I always tap.
You do? Mm-hmm. Okay, I used to do that when I was little. But I guess I don't drink sodas that much anymore. So I don't tap.
I don't know.
Does it work?
I don't. I'm sure
Zero
it does nothing.
chance it works.
I'm
Do you
sure
remember
it does
those?
nothing.
Do you remember those? Cheers to our first
Cheers.
television appearance.
Yay. You've never been on TV before.
I've never been on TV
until
before.
Until today.
But it did cause me to put on makeup and fix my hair for the first time since baseball season ended.
It's crazy.
Do you remember those? So my dad used to drink Yellow Bellies, Coors Original.
Oh.
Like there's something about those that
Yeah.
one of like the top. It's just terrible to say probably, but like it just reminds me of my dad. But and every once in a while I'll have one, like, and it just, I don't know, it's so nostalgic for me. Sidetrack.
Aww.
But anyway, they used to have the tabs that like pulled all the way off. Or was that before your time? Do you remember those?
I mean, sort of. I wasn't drinking.
So like they would peel, like this thing peeled all the way off, and it made like
I've
a little
seen it.
oval.
Yeah. I've seen it on juice cans and stuff.
Yes. Okay. They still have them. But anyway, I don't know why I went on that rant.
My stepdad would drink, and I think he still does Schlitz. Have you ever heard of Schlitz?
I have. What is Schlitz? Is that malt liquor?
I don't even know. He would brew his own beer too.
Okay.
In the garage. And even before he married my mom.
He's moonshining?
Yeah, moonshining. Before he married my mom. He had to give up everything he loved when he inherited us. He had a pig and a boat. And then he got married
LA.
to my mom. Yep.
Okay.
And he got rid of the pig, got rid of the boat, stopped brewing beer. I think he still drinks Schlitz.
It's like, damn it, I'm holding on to one thing.
I know.
And, okay,
Yes.
just let me have my Schlitz.
Right. I'm going to drink my beer and I'm going to wear my Converse. I'll give up the rest.
Bless him.
I know. Now that I'm an adult, I get it. Like,
Yes.
then I was just like, I was the reason why.
Right.
But I didn't even realize it.
I know.
And now I'm like, gosh, he gave up everything.
Now he's pigless.
To deal with us.
Pigless.
A-hole teenagers.
Pigless, boatless, and all he's got left is his Schlitz.
And people who talk back in his house.
God, he's a good man.
God bless step
God bless
parents.
them. Yes, bless them. Okay, what's going on in your world?
Oh.
Stuff, things.
Yeah, I'm good now that I'm here. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling you, it was just funny because we have today, a busy day today. We both do. And Anna has a little performance at 2:00, Texas performance.
Oh, fun.
Which is so cute. I love that they still lean into Texas in their curriculum in public schools. because I just think it's awesome. And so they like learn 5 songs about Texas, and they dress up she's dressed up like a cowgirl, and like I planned her whole outfit out. Like for Ryder, these things used to catch me off guard. I was working more. Kelly was traveling, and now I'm trying to really do better at planning things that really matter to them, like what you're going to wear to Cowgirl Day.
Right.
And so my mom sent a dress that she had, and I planned out, got her some boots. I had a hat that I was going to order, but just saw it in my Amazon cart this morning, so I didn't click.
Whoopsie.
But that's okay. She didn't know. And we did a new Instagram hairdo that I figured out. So I had her like figured out, laid it all out last night, ready to rock, ready to go. Got her to school on time, looking like a cute little cowgirl. And then when I think about our stuff, I'm like, oh crap, what the hell am I going to wear? Like we're going on TV and I haven't even thought about it. And then I'm like trying on dresses that I've had for like 12 years because I stopped Rent the Runway, which is great. I'm trying to save money.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was just a funny like mom moment to me where I'm like, we think so much about our damn kids and what they're wearing and every little thing. And then when it comes to us, we just throw stuff together.
Yeah, there's a meme on social media that's like, it's like Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. It's like, she's like just decked out, looking smoking. And then there he is in like socks and Crocs and
the hoodie that like all you see is the nose. Like it's just
literally like everything, just clothes falling off of them because they're so baggy.
Yes.
They're like, that's like moms,
It's like my walking into school, the kids in the front, that's Hailey Bieber, and then mom's in the back, and that's Justin Bieber just like trying like with the coffee. Oh my gosh. I was in my jammies already once this week taking her to school in the car though. But
okay, so I probably shouldn't admit this, but so sometimes I work out in my pajamas.
What are you sleeping in?
Okay, so I sleep in, so it alternates. So it depends on what I'm sleeping in. So
like good. Oh, I love leaning into these
comfy,
weird.
So like comfy
Emily
short. No, just comfy shorts. And then there was a giveaway at the ballpark. Like it was like Hispanic Heritage or something. It says Tejas, and it's like got all these colors, but it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
And so once I got that, I was like, man, this is comfortable. And so I'll wear that. And then like the way I am in the morning, I'm like, let's just get shit done. Let's get knocked out. Here we go. So I like brush my teeth, and then I go to wake Henry up for football. And then I'm like, there's the Peloton. Like, just let's go, girl. Get on it. And so I'll work out in my pajamas, which is really weird.
You put a bra on?
I mean,
how do you do that? Do you put underwear on?
Okay.
You've got shit all flopping and flying and up in your crack on that Peloton.
Okay, but on the Peloton, so I don't do like the routines. I warm up for 1 minute, and then I'm up for 20 to 25. I just stay up the whole time with 71 resistance. Like that's what I do. So there's not a whole lot of bouncing.
You just do a scenic ride?
No, I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to anything that's going on.
Do you put anything on the monitor?
It's on there. I'm just not paying attention to it. Cody Rigsby, I'm sure, is killing it. Like
you listen to the class, but you don't.
I don't even listen to the class.
But you put the class on?
I do. Because I want to fill in that dot.
Oh my God. Because you want people, like not people to know, but you want it because it tracks.
Yes,
that you've done it.
What's my streak? I want the dot. I want to have 5 dots in a row at least. I want to have 5 dots. I mean, because I'll take a day off or two.
Yeah.
During the week, depending on sports schedules on the weekend. But I want.
Do you listen to him talking the whole time?
No.
So do you? But then you don't hear the music.
No.
You hear nothing?
No, I'm listening to like sports talk radio.
Okay, so you get on the Peloton, you put sports talk radio in your ear, and you look at Cody Rigsby.
I don't even look at him because I put a towel over so I don't see what the time is.
Just so you can have a freaking dot?
Well, also it keeps it. This is the way my brain works. I'm sorry. It keeps me motivated.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to comprehend.
I know it doesn't make sense to anyone or anything.
I say this like not ever getting on my effing Peloton anymore, ever. Mine has become like a clothing rack.
Yeah.
So I say, full disclosure, whatever you're doing, good job.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just, yeah.
But have you tried the scenic rides?
No, I'm not looking. I got the towel over the monitor.
But I'm saying that you could still get dots and do the scenic ride.
Sure.
And you can go to like Banff. You can go to San Francisco. You could go to Eurasia.
Okay. Eurasia.
You could go to
I'm gonna
Uranus
search.
on a Peloton.
I'm gonna search Eurasia.
It's cool.
Peloton ride.
It looks like
Okay.
you're there.
Maybe I'll try.
You go to Denmark. You could go. Yeah.
But then if I'm looking at that, then I also can see the clock, and I
you
don't
can
want
turn that off.
Oh,
You can, like-
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it disappears and without me knowing it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be like, well, and then I'll go to look, and I'll be like, oh wait, where's the clock?
Yeah, you can get rid of the
But I
clock.
can pretty much tell where I am based on the number of like calories I burned or whatever. It's pretty much the same every time because I do
Yeah.
the same thing every day.
Right.
God bless me.
But you've never Pelotoned in
I've never,
Uranus. So
or
you should
Eurasia.
try it.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know how we got sidetracked on that, but sometimes I work out in my pajamas and then I go to Starbucks. So this is funny. So I do the Peloton, make sure Henry's ready to go for football. And then if I'm taking him to football, so I have pajamas on with socks and then my Crocs, not Crocs, my plastic Birkenstocks,
Uh-huh.
and so that I do my yard work in.
I love the plastic.
Yes.
Birks.
And so I have those. I wear those around my house constantly because we have very little carpet in my house. It's all, and I don't like my feet being on the floor. I just want to, so I usually wear the Crocs. So anyway, so I go into Starbucks pretty much every morning wearing my Tejas giveaway jersey, these gray, like athletic shorts and socks and plastic Birks.
Oh, wow.
And they're so sweet in there.
Sounds like you're a vision.
Can you imagine? And then sometimes to make myself feel better, I'll do like the little front tuck with the giveaway jersey just to be like
super styling.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Next question. If you wear this Tejas shirt every night and morning, do you wash it every day?
Yeah. I do laundry every day.
I know you do laundry. I forgot.
Yeah. So, and it's not every day. Sometimes I'll be like, I need to look cute, so I need to put on.
For a reset for people that didn't hear your laundry story, do you do it at night? How do you do laundry every day?
Started the washer this morning before I left for here.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I'll fold
with
it.
stuff that you wore yesterday?
So stuff that I wore yesterday, Mike wore yesterday, and then the kids wore yesterday. So it's all done. So like every time I get all of the laundry that's going to be coming into the house before school, then that's when the laundry gets done. Sometimes if I get really aggressive and I can get all the laundry in at night, I'll start it at night.
So you're really
Crazy.
you're really concerned about water conservation.
It's very high up on my list. Whoopsie.
No, that's okay. Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. To each his own.
Yeah.
Don't judge me for my laundrying.
Do you wash and dry his shirts?
Whose?
Mike's.
Golf
shirts?
Golf shirts, yes.
Okay.
But button downs, like hell no, because then you would have to iron them, and we know I don't iron, except for when I iron my couch.
Okay, all right. Does this lead us into the next story? Do we just organically get to where we wanted to go to?
Such a great segue. Okay, there it is. I told you I burned my arm. It's a small burn, but I burned it on an iron, and we all know I don't iron. Like, I just don't iron. If something needs to be ironed or steamed, Miss Vicky does it. Bless her heart. I love her so much. But that's just not, I just don't, I don't know.
You can't do it all. Yeah.
Right. So I was talking to our friends at Fresh Air Matters, and they were going to clean my couch. My couches. We have those two couches in my living room, and I was going back and forth with him, and I sent him some pictures, and he's like, that fabric, like, I'm not sure the machine we use would be best suited for it. I don't want to run the risk. And I was like,
fancy?
Totally get it.
Yeah.
And so he is going to clean the kids' carpet in their rooms. I'm so excited.
Oh, okay. I need to talk to him too.
So
Fresh Air
anyway,
Matters, just by the way.
Yes, Fresh Air
They're
Matters.
great. They brought us a purifier for Anna's room
Yes.
to help with her asthma, and just a really awesome purifier.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a little story about it
Yeah.
too. But
And they've been
wonderful.
super supportive of the mom game from the beginning.
They have.
So I'm excited to kind of start working with them. Anyway, so they were like, probably not a good idea. So then I did some research, and then I came up with my own cleaning solution for my couch. So I got some vinegar and Dawn, that blue Dawn spray soap. Have you used that ever? Oh, it's magic. You have to get some. Like for baseball pants and stuff like this shit is magic.
Like to get stains out?
Yes. Or you can use it for dish soap or whatever. It's like, it's Dawn in a blue bottle, and then but it's foam.
Okay.
So
I love when things foam.
Foam, yeah.
I love the foamy soap.
Yes. So I did vinegar and Dawn, like a few squirts of the Dawn, and then I mixed it up in a little jar, and then I got one cloth, and I did a section at a time, and I kind of not drenched it, but like really, kind of scrubbed it down. And then I put a dry cloth on top of what I had just done, and then I ironed it.
Oh, wow. So did you just come up with this plan on your own?
No, I don't know if you remember the Sharpie story, or if we were podcasting then, if we were mom gaming. But one time Henry, when he was little, drew in Sharpie on the carpet, like you went fucking nuts. Like just like he was, what's that abstract artist name?
Ginger? Picasso?
Yes. What? What'd you say, Danny? Jackson Pollock. He thought he was Jackson Pollock on the carpet. Thank you, Danny. With a Sharpie. And so
Thank you, Danny.
of course,
That's amazing.
It is so awesome. Voice of God. So anyway, lost my shit. And I was like, this has to come out, or I have to replace the whole carpet because I'm a freak. So anyway, that solution was hydrogen peroxide, Dawn, and I feel like maybe one other thing. Same thing. You treat the area, and then you iron it with a cloth, and it did sure as shit fucking got Sharpie off of my carpet.
So this is something you need to put on our Mom Game Instagram account. This is huge.
It's a hack. I mean, but I did, yeah. So, I mean, I could not, I was floored. I'm like, there's no way this is working. Absolutely work. It works with candles. If you spill candle wax, put a paper towel down, iron it, and it will soak up the wax.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I burn
So stains? Or
I don't know if it will work all stains. Now, listen, you've seen the fabric of my couch. It's kind of like an ultra suede or a leather. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like a wipeable leather, though.
Right.
It's like a soft leather.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't look like brand new, but it made me feel good because it was like, at least it's clean. Like it's in it like some of the spots, evened out and went away. So anyway, that's what I did yesterday.
Okay.
And cleaned out Hattie's.
Cheers, sister.
And cleaned out
Way
all
to
of Hattie's
go.
drawers. I know these are my off-season projects. I have a list. I have a house list of like things that need to get done. And so checking things off of that list are just so magical.
Cry a lot, but you're so productive. It's an art.
Cry a lot? Why did you say I cry a lot?
I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art.
What is that?
It's a Taylor Swift song. I can do it with a broken heart.
Oh, okay.
You don't cry a lot.
I do.
But you are so productive.
No, I do cry a lot.
Well, then why'd you get mad that I said that?
Okay. You know what I learned this week? So I shared on my social media like 3 things you may not know about me or whatever.
Yes, you are a social media queen these days.
Yeah, such an influencer. So one of the things I shared was that I cry when I get really, really pissed. Mm-hmm. I mean, I cry when I get upset too, but like if I'm really pissed, I'm crying. And I thought this was like a total anomaly. Like I'm just a weirdo. The number of people who reached out to me and just was like, me too. Oh my gosh, it's the worst. Like so many people were like, absolutely me too. So it made me feel good.
Yeah.
Because misery loves company. But I was like, they were like, thank you for sharing, because that made me feel, I thought I was just the only one. I'm like, you are not.
I think that crying just happens sometimes when you're overwhelmed with any emotion.
I know.
That just.
And why is it that men just don't, stereotypically, just don't cry as much?
I know.
I did tell you though that when my dad got older, like he was like super gruff guy, but I had like a super like hard exterior, definitely a softie. The older he got, like I remember visiting him sometimes and we'd be like watching a show, like a dumbass sitcom. And I look over and he's fucking like tearing up and I'm like, Dad,
really?
What is happening? And I loved it.
I wonder what the chemistry in our body is that makes you do that more as you get
estrogen.
older.
Oh, lack of estrogen, more.
Because it really happens. Hormones? Or maybe it's life experiences. Maybe it's just like
I know, you're just more emotional.
Appreciating life more as you get older.
I mean, I cry all the time.
I do too.
I don't know, like bawl, but like I get teary.
Yeah.
Like I got teary doing that fucking 10 segment talking about how I love you so much and you're the nicest person. And this is the only reason I said yes to this stupid podcast. Not stupid. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like did you see? I did.
It was so cute.
And the thing is, I can't hide it. And I think that's a blessing and a curse. Like I cannot mask my emotions. I mean, my kids and Mike make fun of me all the time. Like, cause they know when I'm pissed, cause they're like, oh, they'll be like, oh, there's the lips. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And they're such asshole. I'm like, and then it just makes me more pissed.
Yeah.
It's not funny. I don't even know what you're talking about. And I've got the lips. They'll be like, oh.
Do you ever just start laughing when they're giving you crap? Or
Yeah, that's defeat. I don't want to be defeated.
I know, but let them defeat you one time and just
Oh, I do.
because then everyone will laugh.
Trust me, they defeat me plenty.
Do you know what else I've tried?
What?
Because I saw it on Instagram.
I don't even know where this is going. But
I've tried a lot of things.
Okay.
I save a lot of things that I don't end up trying.
Okay.
But when your kid is like having a meltdown or like really pissed or angry or whatever, you just go up to them and give them a hug.
Oh, is it working?
It really works.
Does it?
Yes. Like they're
okay at your kid's age.
well, even Ryder. I mean, he's 9. Like,
No, I'm gonna try
he's
this.
my
online.
in his head deep thinker, always overthinking. Always so much is going on. He's trying to figure out, but he doesn't talk about it.
Yeah.
It works really well on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, Hattie doesn't even want hugs when she's not upset. Like she's my like Henry's very affectionate.
Yeah.
Hattie is not. It's really weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
I was kind of that way.
Were you?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I still
See,
am
I'm
kinda
not.
that way.
I've always been like a hugger and a lover and a kiss and what I mean. I just always. That's always. I don't know, and that is weird, having been raised by a man. You know that it's. But he was very affectionate. Like my and I've told you this a million times. I mean, my dad told me he loved me literally, and my sister, like every day.
Yeah.
I mean, every time we talked but his last days, like before we even. I mean, obviously he died suddenly. Last time I talked to him, we said, I love you. We said, I loved you every time on the phone. And that's why I said, like, with his passing, it was so sudden and it broke my heart, obviously. But, like, I didn't have to worry about how he felt about me. I knew exactly how. And that's such
More
a
people should do
blessing.
that.
It's such a blessing.
More people should
Oh,
be
and I've
that
had
way.
so many conversations, especially with my dude friends, of like, man, just say it. Like, I mean, because our parents are getting older. I'm like, and that was such a weird thing. Also, too, like my grandfather, this popped up on my Facebook memories. The last time I visited him, I didn't know. I mean, he was aging. He was 90 something when he died. And I remember that last visit, I thought this could possibly be, he lived in California, and this could be the last time I see him. And so I made it a point to tell him to say, I love you. He couldn't say it back.
Grandpa?
This was my mom's dad.
Wow.
And I made it a point, like we had visited and, I said, I love you probably 3 or 4 times. And he couldn't.
It's just so many people
he
from
just
like
couldn't
that
say it.
generation,
Yeah.
men especially.
100%. Yeah.
Didn't do that.
No, I feel like we've made a lot of strides in that. I mean, Mike tells the kids he loves them every day. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Mike and I say, love you, bye. I mean, at the end of every conversation. And so I think a lot of people too are like, but you want to value that, and I get that. Like, I mean, it's not like, it took Mike and I 9 months, I think, to say I love you when we were dating. Like, that's different to me. But like, I mean, Nate Lowe, the last time I saw him, before the last game, I mean, and I would say at most games, like if I saw him before, love you, mean it. Like, and he's like, love you, mean it too. Love you, mean it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There is something about, those 3 words strung together that can be very powerful, whether it's, and I feel like, I think in a romantic way, it is important to cherish that and to try and not to throw it around.
Yeah.
But I think in a friendship, relationship scenario, I mean, I tell so many people I love them. I mean,
that's good.
I'm a lover.
Yeah.
Really, I'm a lover.
That's good.
Okay.
You're not the big B everybody thinks you are.
I'm not. Well, thank you for that. Like, well, way to bring me down a peg, Julie. Like,
I'm just kidding. You say it about yourself.
No,
That's the
I
only
do.
reason
I
I
know,
reference
I know.
that. I don't think that.
Jesus.
She's not a big B at all.
You're not the big bitch.
people.
Everybody thinks you are.
Just kidding.
I know. I love
She's
you.
actually not.
See, I
She's
love
the
you.
best.
I love
and
you.
I love the people that when they do say it, they really mean it, right? Like you said. So
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
one of the awesome things about you.
Okay, let's do a little sports scortzing, and
Okay.
then and then we've got a couple more things to discuss too. Obviously, fun issues on the show.
We do.
Sports Scorts brought to us by our friends at Tylock George Eyecare. Are you tired of wearing glasses? I know I was. Well, custom lens replacement from Tylock George Eyecare is one of many life-changing options from the trusted ophthalmology experts at Tylock George. You can see your world clearly from both long distance and up close. I had the contact lens replacement That's for the old people. Julie had the LASIK, which is for the youngsters out there, because I had that 17 years ago and it wore off. So they do offer 24 months interest-free financing for those who qualify. You've got to have approved credit for that, obviously. It's definitely worth every single penny. It changes everything, the way you see the world, quite literally, and the way you function as far as not having to rely on readers, contact lenses, all that kind of stuff. So if you have questions about your options, just give Tylock George a call, mention the Mom Game. You can schedule a free consultation. Go to tylock.com/TMG. That is our exclusive code that gets you a discount, but the consultation is free. So call them, mention the Mom Game, visit them on their website, tylock.com/TMG, to change the way you see the world.
Literally life-changing. I think about it at least 5 to 10 times a day. How grateful I am for the LASIK surgery that I got. Tylock.com/TMG. Also, our friends over at Early Bird Gummies. Oh my gosh, if you're like us and you have 1 zillion things on your brain, by the end of the day, you just want to turn off those 1 zillion things on your brain and you want to relax. You want to kick back, put your feet up, and just chill. And sometimes you might need a little bit of help. Early Bird CBD is here to help you chill. We do have a code for this if you haven't done this already. Give it a shot. Mom Game 20 is active. It's good for 20% off of your first order online. So you can share it with your friends as well. It is good for just your first order online. Earlybirdcbd.com. And what makes these gummies special is that there is a microdose, teeny tiny bit of THC from hemp. And that's the core feature of the gummies. So it's not just a straight up CBD gummy. It does have a tiny bit of THC. So if you do have to take a drug test or something like that, I wouldn't recommend trying the Early Bird gummies right before that. But if that's not a problem, then go to town, because these things are life-changing. Emily needs them to survive. I'm getting to that point too, where I am turning to my Early Bird CBD gummies a lot, and they're great. So go check them out, earlybirdcbd.com.
Ain't no shame in my game. Okay, let's talk, briefly hit on some sportsy stuff. MLB playoffs, obviously no Rangers, but oh my gosh, I still love it. And I think I have
Give us a quick overview.
So, well, they're in the they're AL and NLDS, so they're in the division series. So you have the wild card rounds. So that's when Houston got eliminated. So sad.
Woo! I did hear that.
I know. I'm so petty. I mean, I am a petty Rangers fan. And it's so funny because I love so many people in that organization. Like, I love Julia. I like a lot of the players, but it's just that rivalry, and it's fun. That's a fun thing. So yes, so you move past the wild card round now into the division series. You've got New York at the Yankees and Kansas City, which that will be decided. So this round is best of 5, so you got to win 3. And then for the championship series and the World Series, it's best of 7. So you've got the only team that has moved on is the Mets. So the Mets beat the Phillies, and then you've got the Yankees and the Royals. You've got why am I blanking?
Padres are in there somewhere.
Padres and Dodgers, which is a great rivalry. So much drama, so much fun. And then why can't I remember? Danny, get in my ear. Why can't I remember the last one? We'll come back to Cleveland and Detroit. Yes. Okay. So anyway, it's been fun. There's high drama. I love the baseball playoffs. And I think because last year the Rangers obviously won the World Series, I'm enjoying it so much more.
Yeah.
As a fan and a little like just, it's fun to watch. And I have rooting interests everywhere. Like Andy Ibanez had a huge hit against the Astros to knock them out. He's a former Ranger, great dude. Jurickson Profar, Yu Darvish are on the Padres. You've got guys, Cole Reagans is with the Royals. Like there's all kinds of guys that I care about and love, and I hope they win a ring. And so it's fun to watch for me. But it does stink that the Rangers aren't in it, but
yeah,
maybe next year.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. And it's hard because there is a lot of competition sports wise right now.
Oh yeah.
People's eyeballs.
Yep. College football is in full swing, and crazy ass shit is happening every weekend, it seems. I mean, last weekend was bananas. So fun. Your Tigers got fucking
Oh my
demolished.
gosh, I was so sad.
I know.
The Aggies and the Missouri Tigers played each other, and I think the Aggies were like 17th in the country, and Mizzou was like 4.
They were high.
7.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried. I've told you I temper any sort of excitement with my team because I think any fan does with their team. Unless you're Alabama, or you know. But I was a little worried they were ranked too high.
Yeah.
Just because they hadn't lost yet. So that's what happens when you don't lose yet. And we have a good quarterback and we have a couple really good players. I guess we have a receiver who's going to go like second in the draft. So there's a couple, things that obviously put us on the map. But I was a little worried about this one, but I carved out time in the day. I was going to watch. I was actually feeling randomly sick, which was a good reason to just lay in bed and got in bed, turned the TV on. Kelly was taking care of the kids. I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to watch Mizzou A&M. I've got a lot of Aggies in my family.
Yeah.
I was ready to give them some hell.
Uh-huh.
And we just got destroyed.
Yeah. And that's the way that
in College Station.
I know. And it sucks. And that's the way like the Cowboys games have been for me. The ones that I've actually been able to sit down and watch and just like veg out. And I'm just going to watch football. And,
the game has to cooperate with our veg.
I know. And then I'm like, God damn it. Now I feel like a useless piece of shit just sitting on the couch watching my team get their fucking teeth kicked in.
You were my excuse to do nothing today.
And you let me down.
Or at least for 3 hours. What do I do with all these snacks now and my blankets?
I know. Well, my Red Raiders got to win.
Job.
Okay. Against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
That game, Julie, do you know what time it started?
Was it late?
10 p.m.
Because of time zone shit?
Yes, but that's still 8 o'clock in Arizona.
Yeah.
So I made it. Henry had a game at 7 that night. So I was like, okay, I'll be lucky if I make it.
That was good then.
It actually was. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go. I'm going to make it to kickoff at least. Make it through. So I make it all because it's a tight game. I mean, tight-ish. Yeah, tight. I mean, but by the time the fourth quarter hit, I was like, I can't do this anymore. They were up 9. I'm like, I can't. I physically cannot make it. I love my team, but I cannot do it. So I went to bed and woke up in the morning. And the first thing I did was check the score, and they won, and I was so happy.
That's the best thing to wake up to, and that's how all those like Stars games and Mavs games during the playoffs were.
That's the way I used to feel when I used to bet on sports, and I would get.
Oh no, you would wake up and be like, "Did I win money?"
So this is the life of a gambler. Let me tell you. So you start out in the morning, and you're feeling good, and then you have you put in your 11 o'clock bets. Then you put in some, early afternoon bets, and then you put in your evening bets. And then if you're down, you're like, fuck it, there's a game on the West Coast. I am loading up to try to win my shit back. It's the worst formula ever. Oh my God. And so there would be times when, it would be like Hawaii playing Boise State or something.
This was back when you were at Fox Sports.
I can't even
remember. Doing it with those guys, like Clarky and them.
No, I had a bookie and everything. Oh my God. I know, bless.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a problem.
I did. Yeah. But I don't gamble much anymore. I mean, I do a little bit, but not much, honestly.
It's kind of fun, though.
It is. So then you'd wake up.
Like, not many moms have a gambling problem. It makes you kind of cool.
Thanks. So much street cred. Hey, your mom's been to jail and she has a gambling problem. This is amazing.
Well, a lot of other ones probably have shit, too, but they just don't talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah. That's woo, look at me. Yeah. So I would wake up in the morning and I just would remember like either being like so stoked because you do the math in your head. Okay, if I lose this bet, then I'm down this. If I win it, then I'm up this. So it's just one extreme to the other. Yeah. And you just wake up. And so your whole day would be determined on looking at that score and being like, fuck yes. Or God damn it, no. Like, and then you're like, okay, well then it's Sunday. Let's make this up in the NFL. Like, I know.
But I cringe, but a lot of people are in this world.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
And can't get out of it.
Yeah, I know. And that is sad.
Yeah.
I think once I had kids, once they got old enough to, like, for me to realize, like, they're going to start
Well, and I think you
stuff.
channeled that, like, little bit of, like, crazy into working hard,
Yeah.
Like, how about, and that's why I'm like, how about we make our own money that we know isn't going to disappear?
Right.
And that's what I think is a good motivating factor. And
I've
working hard.
Yeah. And I've said this a million times. You either have the gambling gene or you don't.
Yeah.
I have it. I definitely have the gambling gene. It doesn't. It would surprise me if you had the gambling.
I don't.
Gene. Yeah.
I don't. I'll put $20 on something maybe.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, and then if you lost it, you'd be like, oh well, that was fun. And then I'd be like, oh fuck no, I'm getting that 20 back, and then I'm gonna put 20 more on top of it.
Not me.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Ryder has that. I gotta watch out for that child.
Definitely watch out for him doing the secret bets on the app and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so that's Major League Baseball playoffs. Super fun. Cowboys. So I'm going to try again with it. They did have a good game last week. It was a tight game.
They got a last minute win in Pittsburgh, and it started really late. There was a rain delay.
Yes.
Sunday
okay.
night
That
game.
was back-to-back late
Jason
nights
Garrett
for me.
had to
Yes.
fill time
Yes. Oh, bless.
for like an hour or hour and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cowboys did pull it off in the last minutes of that game.
And that's another thing I was pissed because I was like, they saved this great game. And now I'm so tired, I can only make it to halftime.
Yeah, I was asleep. I
know.
Watch
I made it to halftime.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep actually right before the end. I was trying to stay up.
Yeah.
And it was one of those wake up and see. You know what kids do nowadays? When they fall asleep during something, they ask Alexa, or at least mine do.
Oh,
Ryder
yeah.
will wake up and be like, Alexa, did the Dallas Cowboys win? Alexa, how did so-and-so, one of his fantasy football players do?
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's asking Alexa right when he wakes up.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he's got an issue. He's got a problem.
He's got a problem.
Just kidding. So yeah, they got the Lions coming in town.
Yes.
What time do they play?
It's a 3:25 game this Sunday afternoon against the Lions.
Henry has a tournament, so we'll see what happens.
And I saw something like the Lions haven't won here in a long ass time.
Really?
Yes, like 2011 or something.
I know, but the Lions have been fucking terrible until Dan Campbell got there.
Yeah. So that'll be an interesting one. Also, just a little shout out to the Dumb Zone live stream, who will have a Yokiero watch party for that one.
Oh, fun!
Yes, our friends at Yokiero.
Yeah.
Contributing over there too.
Yeah, and shout out to the Cowboys because Charlotte Jones, bless her sweet sweetheart, and Emily Robbins are doing me a big solid. That some Will Middlebrooks, who used to play for us, reached out about a child, and anyway, they're taking care of him, which is really, really cool.
For that at
Charlotte.
the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Charlotte, I told her, I was like, I hate to do this, but I said, it's hard for me to not, at least try.
Well, and she's got that sensitive mom
oh
heart.
my gosh, she was wonderful. She's like, let me get some things, let's figure some things out, and she was great. So big ups to the Cowboys and Charlotte.
That's awesome. So he's going to get like a great game day experience kind of thing. Yep.
Oh. Charlotte, and then Emily Robbins. I don't know if you remember Emily. She's been there forever.
Yeah, I remember her name, like community kind of stuff.
Yep. So big thanks to them. I don't know if they're listening, but yeah,
I'm sure they are.
But because Cowboys get a lot of criticism. We've criticized. Everybody criticizes everybody basically, but
she wants to come back to our fancy studio.
They also, I know, I would love to have her in studio.
Yeah,
and we had some technical difficulties. Bless. But don't ever forget, there's shit that these teams are doing, like they, regardless of their record, that they still get out in the community and do good things. And so thanks to them. And then also too, it's almost hockey and basketball season.
I know.
It's
crazy. The Mavs are in preseason. I saw they won, I think, their first preseason game. And the Stars opened their regular season today on the road in Nashville.
So crazy.
I know. And then they're home in a couple of days for their home opener. And of course, the big story with them outside of on ice stuff, on ice, they're just supposed to be really good again. Their preseason looked really good. I think they dropped like 1, maybe 2 preseason games, which is, preseason, but still, you just look for big years from people like Jake Ottinger, especially. I just think he's just such a good goaltender, and he's still young, and now he's got a few years of experience under his belt. So I'm expecting really great things from him. And then Jamie Benn, God bless him, he had a really great season last year and really wants to win a cup. So he's going to just
and don't you think that's
put that team on his back?
I know. That's the thing is you've got a handful of guys on that roster that it's like your window, they feel like their window's closing and like it's time.
Yep.
God, I want it for them so bad.
And Tyler.
Yeah.
And so it'll be really fun to watch, but also with the Victory Plus thing happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I'm excited to watch tonight. Might be able to watch tonight, but definitely probably the home opener and just see the broadcast from beginning to end and what it looks like there on Victory Plus. And then we will have Brad Alberts here on our show in
Very
November
exciting.
To talk about how all of that is going, the president of the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I know I'm getting a lot of questions about Rangers.
Yes,
because
you are.
the Bally deal is definitely dead. And so I don't have many answers, but yeah, it's crazy times as far as how we're going to consume our favorite sports teams.
It is.
Okay.
It'll be good in the end.
I do too.
For the consumer.
It's just going to take a little adjustment.
Yep.
Okay, what's on your feed? Brought to us by our friends at Audrie Dollins Media, ADM. We've told you a couple weeks ago that we started this new partnership, and we basically, feel like we've kind of done what we can do without having social media marketing expertise. That's not neither one of our backgrounds. And so we put out a call to, have someone help us with that. And Audrie reached out immediately. We're super aligned with her as far as, vision. She's a mom. She understands our business. She understands us. She also is wanting to get more involved in the community. So she's going to help with the Durrett Foundation event, which I'm super excited about. But basically they just take what you have, your brand, and they make it better. They get it to the proper channels and they help you grow. Mm-hmm. And that was something that we needed taken off of our plates because we are super busy and trying to, do other things and kids, all that kind of stuff. They take that off your plate, but they know that this is their expertise. Yes, exactly. And we kind of have faked it until we made it for a long time. And it was time to kind of turn that over to someone to be like, okay, here's who we are and how can you help us? And they've been amazing to work with so far. We're going to have Audrie on the show in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And have her talk a little bit
I do
more
know,
about it.
if you're if you're a business owner, mom, dad, parent, whatever, business owner that's just trying to figure out how to grow with your marketing, with your social media, whatever it is, then definitely reach out, give them a call. The LTK stuff is something that they're really good at. And she's helping us, if you have noticed maybe on our social channels, just doing some really cool, mom day looks and what we would wear and this and that and selling it and all of that. So go check it out if you haven't, because if you're just online shopping anyways, you might as well go see what we're recommending. Yeah. And support us that way. And that's all because of Audrie Dollins Media.
Audrie Dollins Media. Okay. I think we're going to, because we are running long. So we're going to have to put a hook and put some stuff in our tackle box.
It's getting full again.
Our tackle box is full. So are we going to, do you want to do the Kristen Bell Friends clip, or I feel like that's going to be a deeper dive.
Yep.
All right. We're going to put a hook in that and put it in the tackle box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is something we talked to with the 10, our party peeps with the 10, with Steve and Hannah. We're sharing, I think we're sharing too much on social media. So
it's hard because that's when money gets attached to it.
Well, okay. But I don't mean too much. I mean,
but maybe some people even are.
So I don't know if it's what I've done to get the algorithm of please bring up every person with a POV crying their eyes out about some sort of horrible tragedy that's happened to them. It's so much. There's so much crying. There's so much. And maybe it's because I talked about the fact that I cry a lot. I don't know. Or the fact that I cry when I'm mad. But I'm getting people that's like, it's like them. And they're leaning up against the wall and it's like sad music underneath. And it's like,
do it again.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, he walked out. POV, 2 years ago, he walked out and left me homeless and took my leg. I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so true. And then I'm like, why am I seeing there's so much sad stuff. Did he really take your leg? I spit everywhere. Did he really take your leg? I don't know if I believe you that he took your leg. I just feel like there might be
something.
There's some imposters that are going for the tragedy, theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder what we're doing. So I'm just, because who's to say if he left you homeless and took your leg? No one, how do we fact check this?
Took your leg.
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything.
Oh wait, I forgot one thing, honey.
Take your leg. Give me your leg. Okay. So this is, another prime example. This came up on my feed, and I will admit, sometimes before the early birds kick in, I'll get in a scrolling coma.
Doom scroll.
There was a husband-wife combo. And we all know what happens after you have a baby. It's not pretty. Like shit's falling
what
out.
part of it?
The whole thing.
None of it's pretty.
None of it's pretty, especially what's going on down there. Like there's a lot of stuff going on down there. There's a lot of things you got to do before you can get discharged. Like there's
Someone put all that on Instagram.
a lot of undergarments you can't wear. Like whatever. This man showed a video of him saying, POV, your wife has shown up for you for all this time and she gave you a baby and now it's time for you to show up for her. Putting the diaper on his wife shortly after birthing a child.
And this was in your...
It was... Julie, I'm not... Maybe I was drunk. Maybe I was high. I don't know. I swear to God, and I should have sent it to you, but I didn't want to send it to you because I wanted to get your reaction on the show with me telling you about it.
I'm glad you didn't show
But
me.
now I want to go find it to prove that I'm not insane.
I don't want to see it.
So she's literally sitting on the toilet and he gets down and puts the diaper on her like a toddler. And then, she stands up and he scooches it up and then helps her into the bed. And I'm like, what are we actually doing?
What?
I mean, is that going to happen now with like caring for older parents? Like for,
Did she approve of this?
I'm guessing. But I'm like, this is what we're going for. Like, is this what we're doing? Are we
that
this
is
desperate?
way over the line.
Yes. I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to have to find it for sure.
I get like, in like you too, I know if you, even the turning it around and talking to the camera thing sometimes is like, ooh, but it's kind of fun. And I like getting, the engagement or the reaction and it's good to whatever. It's good for our business. But I can't imagine someone putting that
right
on Instagram.
And here's the deal. So that's a 2-man in the video. So somebody's got to be shooting it. What is hey, can you take my phone and shoot a video of me putting a diaper on my wife?
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
That's like, I honestly had forgotten
But then
about
I'm like,
that
is
part.
it just, what am I doing to bring this shit up in my feed?
Right.
I need to start talking about other things.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about diapers.
You're talking about crying? You're talking about birthing your mom?
No, I don't know.
Why did this pop into your feed?
I don't know.
This is a problem. I forgot about that whole part after you have a baby and you just have to like shit just comes out.
Yes. And you have to wear like a pad that's like the size of a small canoe. Like it's so big.
The things we do.
It goes from like your belly button all the way to like the top of your crack. It's like the big.
It's
I'm like, why don't I just wear a diaper? Like this is no better, to have a canoe pad.
Literally sacrifice your body.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's on my feed. Okay.
You have to have little humans that talk shit to you.
I know, but we love them.
We do.
Okay, our last segment, TMG News Desk, brought to us by our friends at Ownwell.
Yes, and this is a great parent, family hack or anybody hack if you own a home. We love telling y'all about things that can really help you out in life because October is when you're going to start getting those property tax things in your mailbox and it's going to tell you that you owe $1 bajillion and you're going to be like, I didn't plan for paying $1 bajillion just to keep my house. And it's super stressful. So when that happens, because it's inevitable that it's going to happen if you own a home, just listen to our advice and head on over to ownwell.com. They will help homeowners save on property taxes. You don't have to spend hours filling your property tax appeal, preparing for an in-person hearing, which you're probably going to end up losing anyway. None of us want to waste time. It takes 3 minutes to sign up on Ownwell. They will do all of that for you, and they do it for no upfront cost. The best part about Ownwell is that they do not get paid until they make you money. So they really only take a small percentage of the money that they save you. So it costs you nothing. They have a 4.7 out of 5 Google review rating and an A+ accreditation on the Better Business Bureau. They do all the work for you while you sit back and you watch these savings roll in. And we do have a special Ownwell link. I believe it is ownwell.com/partners/
Oh, I forgot to put it in there.
Yeah.
That's on me.
But we will probably, I think Rob has it. So I think we can put it up on the screen. We'll also be putting it up on our socials.
I'm going to find it and say it because actually, Julie, you'll be very proud. I saved that email.
Look at you. And it's I've been blasting it around on our socials too. So it should be pretty easy to find. But that link will help you save that money with Ownwell. It'll also help us. And we like when you help us and we help you and everybody helps each other. And that makes the mom game
Yeah,
world
it's
go
a
round.
little complicated. The links to be used across platforms. It is a little.
It's just the TMG partners TMG. That'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Partners TMG. Yeah.
But how does it start?
Well, that took me. There's a link, but it's like got a lot of, it's more for posting rather than saying.
Okay.
So, but just if you go to,
Ownwell.com?
yes,
Okay.
Ownwell.com
Ownwell.
/partners/the mom game.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
Perfect.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Ownwell.com /partners/the mom game. And save your money on property taxes because those things are going to start hitting your mailboxes soon and probably into early November as well.
Yay, Ownwell. Okay, last segment. Let's do a little what's happening, what's coming up. I want to pimp the Durrett event.
Pimp it.
I know
Pimp it right
you want
now.
you want me to pimp
hard.
it now?
Yep.
So the Do It For Durrett event, for those of you who don't know, Do It For Durrett, the Do It For Durrett Foundation is a foundation that was formed 10 years ago after the loss, the sudden death of our friend Richard Durrett. And Richard and I worked together, we're colleagues covering the Rangers, just like notoriously known as super nice guy. Oh, he was kind of, and I think Kelly, his widow, would agree, like kind of a little goofy, but always brought levity to situations. He was great. He was a truly like kind, wonderful human being. He died suddenly, tragically, like with literally no sign. Like he had just gotten done working out. His family was at Disney. His wife Kelly was pregnant with their third child, and he died. And we tried to rally around Kelly and the kids. And at that time, I had never even met her. And I remember talking to John Daniels that night that he died, and basically telling him like if we have any resources, the Rangers, to get a plane to Kelly to get her home, like her and the kids were there, she's pregnant, whatever. So JD kind of, really took the ball and ran with it, wanting to help Kelly in that moment. Then we kind of all, Richard's friends, me, JD, Anthony Andro, and Jeff Wilson were like, we've got to do something to help Kelly. And so we organized this fundraiser. So many Texas country music artists did me a solid and came out and performed. It was so wonderful. We did it at Billy Bob's, and everyone was so great and gracious. And we raised over $200,000 for Kelly on that event. And after that, we just kind of thought, well, that's it. And then after that, we decided to come up with Kelly was like, I want to pay this forward. I want to do more. And so we decided to start the Do It For Durrett Foundation. And little known fact, do you know who came up with the name for the Durrett Foundation?
Who?
It was, oh my gosh, Danny, why can't I think of him?
Danny, you're now Emily's brain.
Seriously. No, he, Rhett
Miller?
Was it Rhett Miller or was it Danny?
Sevens?
Was you. Okay, how did Rhett get involved?
Can Danny come in here?
Danny, come in here. Danny, come in here. It was you.
Emily needs help with her memory.
Where did Rhett Miller come into this? Did he put me in? Did Rhett Miller play?
I don't know.
It's been 10 years.
No, I get it. I don't
been a
remember
long
10
time.
years ago.
Okay, Danny's responsible for a lot of good things in my life.
Danny named Do It For Durrett?
He came up with the name. So I think I reached out to like a lot of people, like the DFW. So I was going to say Danny, and then something told me it wasn't Danny. It was Rhett Miller, but it was Danny who came up with the name, the Do It For Durrett Foundation. So once we decided we were going to start a foundation, we floated it out there to everyone and came up with a name, and Danny came up with Do It For Durrett. And I'm so sorry, Danny, that I didn't give you full credit in the beginning. And I don't know where Rhett Miller fucking came into this whole shit.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. Moving on. So we've been around now 10 years. This was our 10th annual event, and we have helped more than 250 families, and raised over $2 million to help those families. Okay. Every single penny goes to families. We're a small but mighty board. There's 6 of us now, and we pass every penny we raise on to families who have experienced sudden loss, and we have never told a family no. And it's something like Kelly says in her darkest moment, this was not was not a solving of all the problems. But to have that immediate financial assistance of, I got to pay my mortgage. I've got to pay our phone bill. I've got to pay our water.
Everything.
I've got, and Richard had managed all of that. And so she is drowning in the fact that she just lost her husband and now has to think about, how do I fucking just get through the day, the week, the month with my family? So anyway, Kelly's a huge inspiration. She's a part of our board.
Roll up in a ball
and just, I mean, pregnant. She was pregnant. Anyway, and now we're all, we continue this mission, and it's so important to me, and I'm so grateful for it. It is November 8th at Grapevine Country Golf Club. We'll have golf in the morning. We have a concert with my boy Josh Abbott Band at night at Texas Live. It's going to be amazing. Thankful to Coppola for their support. They've supported, as soon as our relationship started, Dave stepped up and said Coppola wants to be a part of any and everything that the Do It For Durrett Foundation does. And so we're super grateful for that. We still need sponsors. We still need golfers. We still need party goers to come. The live and silent auction are amazing. So yes, please just reach out to me directly so I can take care of you. If you have a business that wants to be a sponsor of a really kick-ass event for a really phenomenal cause, please reach out. And I'll get you taken care of. So sorry for the long story. And
no,
Danny made the name. God damn it.
And now Danny's working with us.
And now, I mean,
it all comes full
small
circle.
world. And that's why I said, what's crazy. And I was going with Danny, and then I've got Brett Miller got me all freaked out.
I mean, how are our brains supposed to remember?
Seriously.
All
okay.
this stuff. I'm writing down the time because I want to put that on social. That's why I'm looking at the monitor.
Thank you.
55 minutes, because I think we really need to help spread the word as much as we can, because I absolutely love that mission. And
You're
I think
sweet.
It's really cool that you just dove in and did something about it instead of saying, oh, I wish I could. You actually fucking did something. And here you are 10 years later, having raised $2 million and helping families. And I even randomly had a family in my neighborhood that received some money from Do It For Durrett. I don't know them, but my next door neighbor knew them very well. And she told me that she was just, she had middle school, high school, whatever age daughters where they're like, I have to have Lululemon pants because everyone has Lululemon pants or whatever. And just, she felt a little bit of extra money helped her just get the things that she wanted to help get for her family. Whatever it was, just to make her feel like she was doing her job to help her kids be happy or feel confident, whatever, and so it's just the little things like that,
especially
you hear.
In that time
and that age, and obviously it's for food, it's for very important things, but even just hearing that story, because we can all relate to the kids that think they need this or that or whatever. And sometimes
to be clear, we're not giving people money to buy Lululemon pants. This is for families who have experienced loss, and that's the deal. We give them that money, but we don't monitor how they spend it. We vet our people who and it's a totally referral based thing. We vet everyone to make sure that this is a legitimate need. And we've actually had people turn it away because they said there's someone more deserving. We're okay with insurance. We're good. And so some people will say I feel like it should go to someone else. And, but
yeah, I think the mom used it for all the stuff, but then you sneak in something like that just to make your kid smile.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
And I thought that was cool because it was just kind of just the little things you don't even think about.
And that's what we do. We write you a check, and then it's up to you how you want to spend it. And we feel very confident in the recipients that they're doing, what they, and only they know what they need.
You trust in the parent.
Exactly.
You trust in the mom or the dad or who's there
for sure
to kind of make that decision for what their family needs. But I think it's really cool, and I just admire how all of y'all have done this now for so long and taken a lot of time and energy.
Super proud of it.
Yeah.
Other than my family, that's probably it makes me proud. And I don't get proud of myself very often, but I'm proud of this.
Well, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You don't talk about it very much, so. Why I have to kind of force you to sometimes.
Thanks, Jules.
So anybody who wants to help, who wants to be a part of that, whose business, like she said, wants to help support, you know where to find us. You know where to find Emily. And
holler at your girl.
Yeah, that's coming up here very soon. It's also going to be a really fun day.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Fun day, fun night.
I'm going to be exhausted, but it's going to be amazing.
I told you, I'm like, Kelly, I'm sure we'll end up playing golf. I want to go to the concert. So
yay!
It's going to be greatness. And
oh, did we do any Komen?
Well, the Komen Fort Worth walk went down and was great. We had a no puppet team.
And we had our names on the back of
We
the
had our
shirt.
names on the back of the shirts. We had some signage. We were one of the official media partners of the Komen Walk because, breast cancer, obviously near and dear to my heart. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am now 11 years out from my diagnosis, which is crazy. Like 10 years cancer free because it takes you about a year to fucking beat cancer.
Yeah.
And so it's just something I don't dive into too much. I don't like just rehashing it all as, the details of it. I will, but October is just like a month that I like to recognize it. And I was glad that we were able to put a team together with No Puppet Productions. I didn't have the energy to actually do it all myself. So Kelly and the No Puppet team, they were great in helping and raised a good amount of money for Joy and the people out in Fort Worth. And that walk went down and I think was a great success. There's still a couple more. Saturday, October 19th. At the campus at Legacy. That is a race actually this year. Certified 5K registration is $45. If you want a timing chip to race in that, it's $10. Komen.org/Dallas race. And one of the really cool things about DFW and Komen is that DFW is the only market in the country that has all three signature Komen events: a walk, a race for the cure, and then the Komen 3-day walk, which is coming up in early November 1st through 3rd, that 3-day walk where day 1 will be in Dallas, day 2 in Fort Worth, and day 3 back in Dallas. So all three of those things are going down this year in DFW, and that wasn't the case last year or the last couple of years. So Komen doing big things to raise money for a good cause. Emily doing big things to raise money for a good cause. And hopefully if you listen to our show, you can help support our causes too. And we can all just laugh and cry and try to give back. Those are things we like to do.
Laugh, cry, and give back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Julie, this was fun.
It was.
We're TV stars now.
Big time.
Huge. Okay. Next week we have Jeff Francoeur.
Yes, I'm so excited
Frenchie.
about this.
And so we're going to talk to him a lot about youth sports, but he's on the postseason coverage for Turner for TBS.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
He's
so I was
very
listening to that. It was
handsome
there's
well spoken.
Frenchie.
Yeah.
So Jeff Francoeur is going to be on our show next week. He's going to be super fun. He's a super fun dude. And he's doing a lot of they have a whole space with youth sports and all this kind of stuff, podcast and all that. So I'm anxious to talk to him about it. So next week will be fun. With Frenchie. But that's it. Cheers. We're going to go do some more business.
We sure are.
And we'll see you next week from the Coppola Studios. Mom Game Out.
Mom Game Out.
The Mom Game is proud to partner with local GEICO offices, Victoria Elliott, proudly serving your local community.